Welcome to all my friends in St. Charles County in District 12 and any of you who are viewing this from across the state. This is State Representative Doug Funderburk, and I'm glad to be with you today. We've had a pretty busy week in the Capitol this week, and we started out by taking up House Joint Resolution HJR 18, which was our effort to make sure to send a message to our Congress in Washington, D.C. that we have some real concerns with the health care legislation they're proposing, and the impact it's going to have not only on families and on Missourians, but literally across this entire country. We have real concerns that this will cause your federal taxes to increase, and that there will actually be new taxes imposed on Missourians, and that it will also be a mandate that it will take away your choices of whether or not you even want to have health care insurance. This message will now go to your Congress. This will go to the people who represent you in Washington, D.C., that if we're going to have health care reform, we want to make sure that health care reform includes some elements that are not currently even being discussed in Washington, D.C., and that will be increased access, that will include transparency in health care that's provided, and that will be health care choices versus health care mandates. Another item that I've been working on this week will be my House Joint Resolution, which I plan to introduce next week, which is going to send yet another message to our representatives in Washington, D.C., that we have a real concern about the cap and trade legislation that has already been approved by the House, but now being considered and will potentially be taken up in the Senate. I'm just going to ask them to not take up and pass that bill. For those of you who are not familiar with cap and trade, what it will be essentially is a huge tax put on your energy costs. Specifically, where you'll notice it the most will be on your electric and utility bills. This is, to me, is a tax that's unnecessary and very, very regressive. It will be damaging to Missouri's economy, and it will be damaging to Missouri's economic basis. And the impact, to me, just can almost not even be totally predicted, but it would be devastating. So the second element of that HJR would be that we're also going to ask, I'm going to ask that the EPA rescind some decisions and findings that it came to conclusions to last December. The primary concern with what the EPA is up to in my mind is that they are going to just do an end around Congress, and whether or not you and I agree in Missouri, or whether or not even our congressmen agree in Washington, D.C., they are going to position themselves so that they can set emission standards that are not approved by any elected representative, whether it be here in the state of Missouri or those who represent you in Washington, D.C. So I have a real concern about that. I've already got a lot of support for this HJR. I'm hoping to be able to introduce it next week, and hopefully this will have some impact on that kind of runaway freight train we see going on in Washington right now, where they're just not listening to the people of Missouri. And then finally, I just want to congratulate our newest U.S. Senator. Scott Brown is going to be doing a wonderful job for the state of Massachusetts, but more importantly, because of how we know he's already indicated he's going to vote on certain major key issues in Washington, D.C. He's going to play a major role in helping support what generally is promoted and believed by Missourians, that we need free health care choices. We need an environmental protection agency that really is looking out for what is the best interests of not only our environment, but our economy as well. And many other issues that are key and important to Missourians. So we're excited about that, and I really believe that this election has shown that there is a tide that has finally turned. And the battle for that heart and soul of America, which is right here in Missouri, is now starting to be won again, and is being fought not only in Massachusetts, but right here in your state capital. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. Keep up your hard work, and let's keep having our teabag parties. Let's keep the Patriots front and center, and let's keep our voices heard in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you again next week.